Hey, it's Katura, and with our latest update, we have some personal space updates that I would like to get into with you guys, go over how to do everything that's changed, and go over a few glitches that have been discovered so far. So let's get right into it. And for those that don't know, a few months ago, they made it so we can take off furniture size limit. You just need to go into the settings for your room and then just click that button off. You can take off furniture blueprint and furniture absorption if you want, but that makes it so you can do giant items. The first thing I wanted to go over is that they made it so you can make your windows giant, but because of that now you can't do the no wall effect as far as I can tell, unless someone discovers another glitch. Using the old glitch that I had shared, it just doesn't work anymore because you make it giant and you cannot get it below the floor. So unfortunately we just can't get that effect as of now. Hopefully that changes in the future. Although I do think it is very cool that we can make our windows as giant as we want now. It is a bummer that we lost that effect, but I also came up with this idea that I really like because I was playing around and I made the windows giant and then I made it really big and it created this really cool overhang beam. I guess it would be a wooden beam. So that's like just another decorative effect you could create in your room using the windows and making them really big. You can just make this cool beam that adds just more texture and detail to your room. And I think it's just going to be a really cool thing to be able to use while decorating for creating different parts of your room and different spaces. But the oversized effect does still work on rugs. You can see here I make it small, and remember that this glitch involves just swiping up as fast as possible with your left finger and clicking that check mark to try to glitch it into letting you make it bigger because it doesn't want to let you. So you just swipe up, click that check mark as fast as possible, just like immediately after swiping up. And you can still create giant rugs. Probably also other floor furniture can be made giant. It just doesn't seem to work with wall furniture now. But again, when I'm doing this, if you try to glitch it up and it goes red, just move a little bit and it will turn yellow and you can keep trying and trying. I do want to try to get this floor completely covered because you can see in that corner there's a little spot, but I still really like the effect of having this green floor. A new glitch that has been discovered by others is pulling wall items away from the wall and being able to actually place it. So you can see I pull it, but I have to now re-click and hold on it for it to turn yellow because once I move it turns red and doesn't want to place. So once it turns red and you have it where you want, if you just click on it and hold, it should turn yellow and you can place it. Unfortunately with the windows, if you try to make them bigger, they're just going to keep going up and up and up. So that's kind of the best you can do if you want a floating window. But you can also use this glitch for some of the doors. It's really cool. You can see it's red when I pull it away and it doesn't want to place, but if I do the click it and hold it, right, you want to place it first exactly where you want, because then when you click and hold, it will place. Or when you first pull the door out, if you're looking at where you want it to be, you can place it. You can see right now it's in the middle of the room. So either look where you want it to be when you first place it out, or you'll just have to move it and then just hold your finger on it until it turns yellow. It works for this door, and then I decided I wanted to see if I can make it giant. So I'm just kind of playing around here and you can see that it does go giant, which I thought was really cool, and it made me think, oh, this actually could be a pretty cool room divider because we do have a lack of room dividers right now. And the door itself still works at this size, which I think is really cool. So I just wanted to show you that it does still work, but I didn't want it this big. This is kind of a big room divider, which is good if you want to divide your room in half. So I decided to make it a bit smaller. And again, you can see I'm having to click and hold to try to get that yellow, but then I move it away from the chairs. So let's go to the other side of the room, place it where I want, and then I'm going to just click and hold, and now I can place it. Apparently I didn't place it, guys. Okay, now I place it here. There we go. Now I'm placing it. And now it just makes a really pretty room divider that also goes as a door. On this back side, you can't go through it, so it just makes a nice spot. So I just think this is really cool, and I can't wait to see what other people do with it and what other people will come up with. This is another door I was able to do it with, and since wall items can now combine, because that's another feature, it was able to overlap my other wall item, but you can just see that it also works with this, and I was able to place it. Although it does have that ledge up, I really like this one because it doesn't have the ledge up. And then I thought I might want to kind of cover this to make it a prettier room divider, but I couldn't place the picture until I put it on the wall and then moved it away, pulled it out, and then it was able to place onto my little divider. It did work on the other side too, but it was a little bit more difficult on this side that actually had the door, at least for this picture. And I just thought this was really fun. Again, you're just going to put your picture on the wall, and then you're going to hold your finger on it and drag it out to place onto your room divider, or it's actually your door. It's not, I'm using it as a room divider, right? But You need something to place it on. I tried placing pictures in the middle of the room without anything and it just didn't work. I haven't tried all the pictures, so maybe it will work with some of them. But for now, you need something else to place it on, like the doorway. And I honestly love that I could add to it and just make it a prettier divider for my room. This isn't exactly where I want it. I'm just kind of playing around at this moment, but I'm definitely going to be doing some stuff with this later. I was able to place this giant mirror on it, again by clicking, holding, and pulling out, and the door was still able to work, and I just wanted to show you guys that even if it's covered completely like that, the door is still going to work, which I thought was pretty cool. Now, like I said earlier, not all doorways have worked because I tried a few, like this doorway doesn't work and I tried it a lot. Maybe I just need to try more, but some doorways aren't going to work and you're just going to have to do some testing to see what does work. Just like some pictures don't work, I couldn't get these pictures to really work unless they were really big and basically at the top of the doorway. So just be aware that some stuff won't work. And as far as the new features, the first one I wanted to go over is the undo button. It's really simple. You can see it on the right of your screen. After you place an item or oversize an item, there's those buttons to undo or redo. It said that you can undo or redo up to 10 actions. So you can see I'm just kind of messing with it. That way I can undo. And now I'm just going to click to undo after I move it. And you can see it's just going to go back to where it was before or the different sizes. And this is just so nice. I've needed this for forever. The other new feature I wanted to talk about is overlapping wall items. I've really needed this for like forever because it used to be that, and I'm sure most of you know, that when you place a wall item, there would have to be a certain amount of space between each wall item. And so you couldn't create these cool effects, but now you can just like stack stuff on top of each other, overlap. You can completely cover your wall if you want in pictures where there's just no wall showing. I'm just really excited. I think this has been needed for a long time. I can't wait to see how people decorate using this technique and using stuff like this because it's just so nice, I'll tell you guys, because I've just wanted it for such a long time. And I mean, this isn't the best example, but I'm just kind of showing you guys just how cool it is. And as I was messing around with it, I realized I could see her face in that little flower on the doorway. And I was like, this is just gonna take some cool pictures. So I, of course, had to get some pictures taken. I moved it around a bunch. And then I know the pictures now have a watermark on them. So if you wanna avoid that Magic Awakened watermark, just do some screenshots like I did right here. I did post this picture in the notice board, so I'm sure some of you have seen it. And another new feature that they talked about in patch notes was duplicating already placed items. So it used to be when you placed an item like this, immediately after it would make a duplicate if you have multiples of the same size. But if you placed it and then went out, you wouldn't be able to get that same exact size. But now you can go back in, click the item that you want, and there's this little button over here on the right. After you click it, here we go, there it is. You can see the two little cards, click that, and it's going to duplicate the item. You have to have multiples. If you don't have multiples, it won't do it. So make sure you have multiples of the item. But this is really nice. It's going to make decorating a lot easier for a lot of people. The last thing I want to go over is the lighting. I don't know, this might not be new and I just didn't pay attention, but you can see this bottom scroll really lets you choose if you want a dark room or a really bright room. And then you have the other scrolling on the right side that you can go from light to dark, and it's just much more customizable. What do you guys think of these new features? Have you been able to decorate already? If you have, let me know what you're doing in the comments. I'd love to hear it, and thank you guys so much for watching.